everyone, it's Julia and welcome to my channel and Happy New Year. This is my first video in 2019 and I wanted just to take some time to do a little life update to fill you in on some ideas that I have for my channel this year, and I also want to do a studio tour or a craft room tour. For those of you who have been following me for a while, and welcome to all my new subscribers by the way, but if you don't know, I'm from Minnesota. But my husband recently retired, and so this year we decided to spend the winter in Florida. I brought most of my sewing supplies with me, and I'm set up as I still have my Etsy shop open and I'm still working getting new product made up. Still want to do my videos, so none of that has changed. But we did go back for Christmas. Went back to Minnesota and we had to drive a car back for my son, but we drove back to see family, to see my kiddos, my adult kiddos, and just spend some time up there. It was 21 below when we left on New Year's Day to come back to Florida. So it was even painful trying to pack up the car, but we did it and we're here, back here, and it was a great trip back, but it's so fun here too. We're just enjoying ourselves. Some ideas that I have for my channel this year, and please leave comments if you think these are good ideas or if not good ideas or what, but I have decided that I want to film more throughout the week and just maybe share just things that I've been working on. Maybe I have a fabric haul, just some tips, maybe some hints, but I also want to do a day that I just upload so I'm more consistent and be more intentional about that. And I've decided on Fridays, and so I'm going to try to get a video up on Fridays, every Friday, possibly something in the middle of the week as well, especially sometimes I like to just do an Etsy update, just things that I put in my store, those types of things that'll be on separate little videos. But I just thought if I just had a day and I just did that, I'd be a little bit better at getting those done. So anyway, Friday's hopefully the day. Another thing I wanted to share, and I've been thinking about this for a while, but I'd like to offer like kits in my Etsy store, and then do a video like class on it, or a video tutorial, not necessarily a class, but a tutorial on making that. I just thought it'd be fun to sew together type of thing. I'm also thinking of maybe, especially for my international subscribers, it's just so costly sending things international. I thought maybe I would just do maybe the pattern, which would be a digital download, so you can still download a pattern and do your own supplies and still follow along, that type of thing. I'm hoping I can get something like that going. That's one of my goals this year. And then basically just more upcycles. I have so many denim blue jeans that I'd like to just do different things with, and there's really good thrift stores here as well as back in Minnesota, and I'd like to just find some more things and do some more upcycling. It's one of the things that I find I really enjoy, because it makes a person be real creative, which is a good push for me. I'm also having a lot of problems getting my sweatshirts that I usually use a comfort colored brand sweatshirt, and they're really been hard to get in. So I'm trying to just get some new ideas for my Etsy store and also my summer shop back in Minnesota. So those are some ideas that I have, and now I just want to take you on a little tour here. Here's my little space. I have it set up in what is called the Florida room, which is the lower level of our townhouse. And there is a step down to get in here, and then it's just this big wide open room. And we do have one of our guest beds set up on this side. There's also a little bathroom. I'll step back just a little bit here. A little bathroom right off to the side too. So I have a sink, and it's just nice to have the water supply there. And then these big windows that actually open up to our pool. Now this is a townhouse condominium type of thing, and so There is, you know, usually a lot of people out there, so you might hear noise. Right now there's also somebody mowing the yard, so things like that I have no control over, but that's just the way it is. I also have my cat down here, and I don't know if you just saw her, but her name is Frances, and yeah, she came with us to Florida. 4 days in a car with a cat. Yeah, just ask me how that went. But here's my space. I've got these big doors that I used and laid them. They were actually my closet doors that I laid on top of tables. So I have these big, they're 3 feet wide by 6 feet long, and I've got two doors. I've got one at desk height with my sewing machines on it. I brought 3 of my sewing machines here. I know that's silly that I have so many, but I do have a serger that I use a lot. I have my Denomi sewing machine, which is has fancier stitches, my buttonhole, things that I use but just all the time also. And then I also have my Juki, which is just a fast sewing machine that just goes forwards and backwards. There's no zigzag. It does a wonderful free motion. And I love it. It goes through a lot of thicknesses, so anytime I'm working with my denim, and I absolutely love that one. The other door is laying across at a higher height, so this is more of my cutting and my pressing area. And these are those 9-cube storage solution centers that you can pick up at Lowe's, or Walmart carries them. And that is laying, so I have 3 of these units. I have one on the end, and then I have 2 back to back on towards the back of it. A little bit of an open area here where I can put my stool so my knees can go underneath. My garbage usually sits there, and then I have a basket here that I have some of my like batting and things that I use all the time, my interfacing, and also some of my current projects. I just kind of keep them tucked underneath there. As far as what's on top of my surface, I do keep my big rotary cutter mat, so it's just handy to have there. And then also I have my pressing area, my iron, and things that I grab all the time. The baskets that are in my cubicles, I have these back in Minnesota, and I just brought them pretty much the same way and just stuck them right in when I needed them. And I have things, a lot of many of you know that what kind of sewing I do, and I don't use large quantities or yardages of fabrics, but I use a lot of little pieces for my fabric collages and my appliques and things that I'm working on. And I usually have them all grouped by color. For instance, this is my brown, orange, and yellow. I just have them all just laying in here by color. And that works really well for me. So most of my fabrics are all in these baskets on the front. For my second cubicles, I have right below where I stand, I have things that I need to grab right away. And again, I use lots of little pieces, and these are just my scraps. And I have my blacks and my browns in one, I have my yellows and my oranges and pinks in another, and then my greens and my, so I keep them sorted somewhat. These I just got at the dollar store, so they work really well for that. I can just pull them out and use them. And then I've got my laces and all my trims in one, and my yarns. So everything I need for when I'm sewing and when I just need to grab something. And then on the back side I have another one of these units, and this is where I keep all my paper supplies for journals. I have my paint and my stencils. Right here on the top I have a little plastic mat that I can do some of my messier painting on. It's just real handy. Now above my station I do have these cupboards, and I'm going to show you quickly what I have in each of these. My husband has the first ones here with some of his tools, but underneath that is a paper towel holder, which is out right now, but that has been really nice because a lot of my painting I do right there. In the middle cabinet is all my shipping and handling things. Below that is my printer and my scale. And so everything, when I'm ready to ship out, I just go right over here, grab what I need. Underneath in that blue tote, in the same area, right below my printer, is where I have my tissue paper, my bubble wrap, some of my boxes. Right next to my sewing machine is one of these tiers with the little drawers. The bottom 3 drawers are my buttons, and then things that I need for sewing, some of my different sewing machine feet, that type of thing, my screwdriver, my bobbins, and some of the thread that I brought down here all fits in that. My beads and my jewelry making things, more that type of thing, my chains for my necklaces, more of that hardware type stuff. And I don't do a ton of this, but I usually try to do a couple strong weeks of it. I do sell a lot of this at my flea market shop. So that's what's in here. And I have been doing several new textile pendant, and in fact that's going to be in one of the upcoming videos. I've been doing some woven textile pendants, which have been really fun, so you'll have to stay tuned for that one. And then on the side of my sewing machine station was just enough room to fit another small 4-foot table, and that is where I'm able to have my desk. I have my laptop on there right now, but also my stamps and stamp pads, and so I do a lot of that type of thing right at this table. And then I have an open closet because I took the closet doors off, but I do have a lot of my product in there. Some things are made up and some things are waiting to get done. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed this tour. I'm looking forward to 2019 and just having a very creative year with you all. You can see out my window one more time. So many flowers in bloom right now. It's just been so pretty. One thing I've noticed that very much of a difference between here and Minnesota in the winter time is color. There's so much color down here. And it's fun. It's fun. I mean, Minnesota is absolutely beautiful in so many ways, and it's gorgeous in the summertime. But yeah, this has been fun just to have the color and just to see the sun shining. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's just have a wonderful creative 2019. Bye for now.